So, Scarlett Johansson has just dropped video proof that Ryan Reynolds cheated on her with none other than Blake Lively. Scarlett's been holding on to this footage, and now it's blowing up all over Hollywood. You won't believe what she's revealed about the time when Ryan and Blake were getting cozy while he was still married to Scarlett. The whole internet is now back on Ryan and Blake. They're fooling back in the spotlight, but not for the reasons they'd want. Trust me, they're messy legal drama with. Justin Baldoni has opened up a whole new can of worms, and now the public is all up in their business, questioning their every move, reportedly circulating widely across social platforms and stirring renewed debate among fans and commentators who are revisiting old rumors and questioning previously overlooked details in unexpected ways. This sudden resurgence.
The off-screen war between It Ends With Us stars Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively is getting worse. And now Lively's superstar husband Ryan Reynolds added to the lead.
So the situation around Ryan and Blake showing up at the 50th SNL anniversary special, with Ryan trying to make a joke about their legal problems, clearly signals how chaotic things have become, and the fact that the joke flopped only highlights the pressure they are under. Especially since even Justin Baldoni's attorney Brian Friedman reacted strongly to the whole moment, which perfectly reflects how tangled the dispute between Blake and Justin has become as it keeps spiraling into something resembling a dramatic soap thread. Starting last December, when Blake decided to pursue legal action against her It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni for alleged on-set harassment and retaliation, insisting he behaved inappropriately during production, pushed for unrehearsed intimacy, and orchestrated a smear campaign meant to damage her reputation. But once Justin responded a month later with a massive $400 million countersuit accusing Blake, Ryan, and their PR team of trying to destroy his career through civil extortion, defamatory narratives, and interference with his business opportunities, everything escalated further, especially when Blake's attorneys filed an amended complaint adding dozens of new pages of allegations, including claims from other women on the set who said they felt uncomfortable because of Justin's supposed behavior. While Justin then launched an additional $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times, arguing they cooperated with Blake's camp to promote a biased storyline, and as if all of that were not enough pressure, Blake and Ryan sought a gag order to keep Justin's legal team quiet after unedited set footage leaked, essentially meaning no one connected to the case could speak publicly without risking consequences, at least until Scarlett re-entered the narrative, further stirring public attention. And now both sides continue throwing accusations in a legal tug-of-war that shows no signs of calming down, leaving people wondering who, if anyone, is actually telling the truth, while questions about Blake and Ryan's past behavior resurface, especially the supposedly innocent "we were just friends" origin story from the 2010 Green Lantern shoot, which is under new scrutiny because the timeline does not quite align. Given that Ryan remained married to Scarlett Johansson until December 2010 and Blake stayed with Penn Badgley until November 2010, even though filming ran from March through August of that same year, creating a lot of overlap that makes the friendship narrative look shaky, particularly when factoring in the deleted tweet from journalist Kat Marnell alleging that Ryan and Blake were not simply friends, but were actually hooking up during production and even spending time together in a New Orleans hotel room, which certainly sounds like more than a platonic connection, especially since reports suggest that US Weekly had the story, but was pressured by the actors' teams to kill it. A move that would not be surprising considering how protective major Hollywood figures can be about preventing scandals from surfacing. And then there were the National Enquirer claims saying Scarlett felt Blake had essentially taken Ryan from her, an idea that contributed to the long-running rumor that Scarlett might have proof of Ryan and Blake acting overly close while still together, though that detail cannot be confirmed. Yet it is undeniable that the pair appeared openly flirtatious during events like Comic-Con in 2010, giving more fuel to people now revisiting the past as renewed drama shines a spotlight on every old rumor and questionable detail. As the renewed scrutiny intensifies, many observers are re-examining interactions captured in interviews, red carpet appearances, and behind-the-scenes clips from that era, noting subtle gestures, shared glances, and body language that some interpret as signs of an early connection, though others argue such speculation often exaggerates harmless chemistry for the sake of drama, yet the timing remains difficult for fans to ignore, especially when multiple industry insiders have previously hinted that the two stars appeared unusually close throughout the Green Lantern press cycle, long before either of their official breakups were announced, and with the latest legal entanglements thrusting them back into headlines. The public seems more willing than ever to believe older whispers that were once brushed aside as gossip, particularly since every new development in the feud between Blake and Justin fuels broader conversations about how Hollywood relationships, reputations, and power dynamics intertwine behind the scenes, creating a landscape where alliances shift quickly and private behavior can resurface years later in unexpected ways, ultimately drawing more curiosity toward the overlapping timelines, the resurfaced claims, and the lingering perception that the original, just friends explanation may have left out important details.
And not least of which himself, and that's what I initially fell in love with. But then I delved further and I learned more and more about this character.
People who once believed Ryan and Blake were simply close friends have started rethinking everything, especially because their early chemistry never quite matched the calm explanation they kept repeating, and now that older rumors are resurfacing, many viewers feel the timing around their breakups raises fair questions about what really happened. While nothing has been definitively proven and both stars still insist their relationship began only after they were single, the internet remains skeptical, pointing out that rapid transitions from long-term partners into a seemingly perfect new romance rarely occur without at least a few unclear details lingering in the background. Because their public image once looked spotless, every new allegation or resurfaced rumor feels magnified, and as their ongoing legal conflict draws more attention, people are increasingly motivated to re-examine older interviews, public appearances, and social media posts, searching for patterns that might explain why opinions about them are shifting so quickly. Many observers argue that Blake's reputation has been shaped by moments that seemed harmless at first, but accumulated into a pattern, from snarky comments caught on camera to remarks that landed awkwardly, creating an impression that her humor sometimes crossed lines in ways that made fans question her genuine attitude toward colleagues and collaborators. Supporters say her blunt style has always been part of her personality, yet critics argue that repeated slips cannot simply be brushed aside, especially when they coincide with broader controversies that make people more sensitive to tone, intention, and the impact her behavior may have had on those working alongside her over the years. As conversations grow louder, some fans revisit early press tours where Blake and Ryan appeared unusually comfortable together, noting subtle gestures that, in hindsight, seem more meaningful now that their past timelines are under renewed scrutiny, though others insist these interpretations reflect projection rather than genuine evidence of hidden romantic interactions. This shift in public sentiment is also fueled by how aggressively the couple has attempted to manage the narrative surrounding their current legal challenges, because every effort to limit discussion only inspires more speculation, prompting deeper dives into their history and inviting people to reconsider whether their polished image matched their real-life behavior. For many viewers, the contrast between their earlier public persona and the complicated developments unfolding now creates a sense of whiplash, leaving them unsure whether the couple was unfairly idealized or whether recent controversies simply exposed long-standing issues that had remained unnoticed beneath polished presentations. All of this has encouraged people to look more critically at the pair, questioning whether their relationship evolved naturally or whether key moments were carefully managed, and ultimately the attention ensures their past behavior will stay under close public discussion for years.
Want to act in a cage.
Well, some of them
required a cage.
Yeah. Wait, for the guys though, did any of you guys, did you guys?
Now, if people weren't aware, Leighton's early life was incredibly difficult because her mother was actually in federal prison when she was born, and she's spoken openly about how hard it was to overcome that reality. Yet Blake still chose to turn it into a public punchline. And unfortunately, it didn't stop there because she also referred to her own co-workers as her pet monkeys during another moment in that widely discussed interview segment.
No pet monkey. Yeah. Chuck has a matching pet monkey with coordinating outfits, and I was like, I would love to be part of the show, but I can't act with a monkey. And then I got a few of them. Come on, it was a joke.
People describe her as cruel and unaware, but if anyone thinks her worst behavior was giving a journalist the cold shoulder or making rude jokes about coworkers, they are missing the biggest issue, because the most serious controversy linked to her involves racism, and people still talk about it today. To understand why, you have to go back to 2006 when she was trying to break into Hollywood and appeared in an old interview where she casually admitted she once wore blackface for a school event, treating it like a harmless memory instead of recognizing how offensive it was. In that same interview, she even laughed while describing it, which made the moment feel even worse for viewers because it showed how little awareness she had at the time. Although she later tried to move past the incident, many people see that moment as a stain on her public image.
My best friend and I, when we were in 10th grade, we had like crazy crushes. We would drive around, like stalk these guys. We decided one night to go to the arcade where they were, and I put bronzer all over myself in a Scary Spice fro, so I thought they would think I was like a black girl. And so I could stalk them. My friend dressed up as like this goth girl, and we literally sat outside their houses.
The internet absolutely lost it, and the commentary was merciless. But that wasn't the only eyebrow-raising moment in her history. In 2012, Blake married Ryan Reynolds at Boone Hall, a former slave plantation in South Carolina, which sparked major backlash. People couldn't believe they chose an actual plantation as their wedding venue, and the decision fueled heated discussions online about sensitivity, history, and the implications of celebrating such a location.
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are apologizing today for holding their 2012 wedding at a southern plantation. The golden couple tied the knot at Boone Hall in South Carolina, where slaves once lived before the Civil War.
By this point, it was clear that Blake's controversies weren't isolated incidents, but rather a pattern, and public perception of her was starting to shift as one eyebrow-raising moment led to another. Things intensified dramatically with the Hugh Jackman love triangle drama. Hugh ended his 27-year marriage to Deborah Lee Furness in September 2023, and shortly after, he was romantically linked to Broadway star Sutton Foster. Somehow, Blake became involved with Hugh during this period. Despite knowing the timing was delicate, and even more controversially, she and Ryan reportedly didn't inform Deb, which many saw as a significant betrayal. Meanwhile, Scarlett Johansson's recent involvement has brought additional scrutiny to the so-called perfect Hollywood couple, Ryan and Blake. While there's no direct evidence that Scarlett is publicly calling them out for cheating, the timing of her revelations and the ongoing legal chaos have amplified public skepticism about their flawless image. The legal battle between Blake and Justin Baldoni continues to escalate, with Justin filing a massive $400 million countersuit accusing Blake, Ryan, and their PR team of defamation and civil extortion, and the lawsuit itself is drawing enormous attention from both Hollywood insiders and the general public. On top of that, Blake and Ryan's public appearances have done little to improve their image. The SNL 50th anniversary show, for instance, was widely criticized because Ryan attempted to joke about their legal struggles, which many interpreted as tone-deaf or out of touch with the gravity of the allegations. The fallout from the legal chaos is also impacting professional projects. Justin Baldoni's Pac-Man movie is reportedly in jeopardy, and both Blake and Ryan's careers are being scrutinized more closely than ever before. Media coverage has been intense, described by many as increasingly unhinged and at times misogynistic, making it difficult for the couple to maintain any sense of a squeaky clean public persona. As the story continues, the public is questioning whether the Hollywood fairy tale of Blake and Ryan is truly over. The combination of past controversies, resurfacing cheating rumors, ongoing legal battles, and critical media coverage has transformed what was once an image of an untouchable, beloved couple into one fraught with doubt and skepticism. Even upcoming projects and future opportunities are now being examined under this lens, and the couple's reputation is no longer immune to criticism or scrutiny. Between legal woes, interpersonal drama, and public perception, every action they take is being analyzed, and fans and industry observers alike are questioning whether their carefully curated image can survive this prolonged period of controversy. The situation demonstrates just how quickly Hollywood image and reality can collide, showing that even couples once seen as perfect and untouchable are vulnerable when private conflicts spill into public view, leaving their careers and legacy on uncertain ground. The combination of escalating lawsuits, past allegations, media pressure, and public skepticism has turned Blake and Ryan's story into a cautionary tale about the fragility of reputation in the entertainment industry, signaling that nothing is guaranteed, and even those at the top of Hollywood's hierarchy must navigate scandals carefully to avoid lasting damage.
Don't move. No, Peterson. I'm moving back. No, pull back. Pull back.
Despite all the ongoing drama, Ryan Reynolds continues to make public appearances, like at the Paley Center event, seemingly trying to maintain a sense of normalcy, but it's unclear whether these efforts are helping their image or simply drawing more attention to the chaos surrounding them. Scarlett Johansson may not be directly exposing their personal issues, yet she is certainly not alone in challenging the so-called flawless image of Ryan and Blake. The bigger question now is whether this legal turmoil with Justin Baldoni will lead to a serious Hollywood downfall for the couple. There are multiple ways this situation could unfold. In a worst-case scenario, if the legal battle escalates further and allegations intensify, Blake and Ryan's carefully crafted reputations could be permanently damaged. While they remain a powerful and beloved couple today, ongoing scrutiny could tarnish their image, potentially causing them to lose major brand endorsements, sponsorships, and even acting opportunities. A prolonged public battle might force them into a temporary hiatus, compelling them to lay low while trying to manage public perception, and Hollywood's unforgiving nature means that mishandling this situation could have lasting consequences for both of their careers. On the flip side, there's always a possibility that this storm blows over if Ryan and Blake manage to settle matters with Baldoni outside of court. If that happens, they could move past the worst of the drama and rely on the goodwill they've built over the years to regain public support. However, even with a settlement, it's unlikely that their image will fully return to its former golden couple status. While audiences enjoy redemption stories, this particular situation may linger in the public's memory, as the media will likely dissect every detail and headline for months or even years. Career implications are another significant concern. Ryan, known for his charm and likability, could see his heartthrob image questioned if fans begin associating him with controversy, and Blake, recognized for her elegance and professionalism, could face backlash if her behavior during the legal dispute casts doubt on her work ethic or judgment. Should Baldoni's allegations hold any weight, even partially, it could impact not just ongoing projects but also future opportunities for both actors. If, however, the drama is resolved without substantial damage, Blake and Ryan may emerge from the situation with added maturity and even a potential comeback arc. Fans could sympathize with them, seeing the couple as having navigated a difficult period and come out stronger. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni is playing the long game. A successful lawsuit or favorable settlement could enhance his career, showcasing his tenacity and determination to stand up for himself. Conversely, if things do not go in his favor, he may face challenges in Hollywood that could complicate future prospects. The widespread attention surrounding this situation has only amplified scrutiny on Blake and Ryan, with some observers likening Blake's role in the drama to that of a real-life Gossip Girl villain, while speculation continues about Ryan's personal reflections, whether he regrets past choices or is simply focused on projects like Deadpool without paying attention to the controversies. Ultimately, the public is left questioning the couple's next moves. Will Blake release a major public apology, perhaps drafted in a private notes app, or will they continue trying to navigate the storm quietly? Fans, media outlets, and industry insiders alike are watching closely, assessing every action and reaction to determine how the ongoing legal and personal controversies might reshape their careers and reputations. With the combination of resurfacing rumors, legal entanglements, media pressure, and shifting public perception, the outcome remains uncertain, and the stakes could not be higher for everyone involved. This evolving drama is a stark reminder of how quickly Hollywood's golden image can be challenged and how even the most beloved figures are vulnerable when private conflicts spill into the public eye. Every move, every public appearance, and every decision now carries weight, influencing not just their personal narratives but also their long-term standing in the industry, leaving fans and critics alike eagerly anticipating the next chapter in this high-profile saga.